Hello guys, and welcome to this short demo where I will present you the new and upgraded Workpuls, and thank you for joining me. My name is Miloš, and today I will show you all the new improvements and all the new features that we had in our new Workpuls, and this should help you in your transition from the old to the new platform. So here you can see I will start with the real-time tracking. I will work my way from the top to the bottom, and the first thing that you will see is the overall improvement of the UX and UI. You can see that everything is redesigned, that everything is different, and in my opinion much nicer, much better. Everything is more intuitive, and yeah, we hope that you will like our new redesign. In the real-time tracking part of Workpuls, you can see all the workers that are working right now. Here you can see, for example, here is 2, and you can see the employee name, clock in and clock out time. You can see the app that they're currently using, and you can see the task if they're working on any tasks. Here you can maybe include or exclude some columns that you might not need, and by clicking here you can export real-time tracking data. Let's go to the review usage part, where you can review your apps and websites. So the first new thing that I would like to point out is that now you can label whole categories. So as you can see here, you can label the whole category of apps and websites as productive or unproductive. For example, education or blogs and personal sites or entertainment. So this can save you some time. If you find any particular category as productive or unproductive, you can just label it, and that will label all the sites that are included in this category. So this first new feature, but you can still label individual apps and websites by clicking here, and yeah, you can still label them as productive and unproductive. And another new feature is the always active tab. So here you can mark some apps and websites as always active, and when they are marked as always active, your employee don't have to click the keyboard or move the mouse while they're working in that apps and websites. This is particularly useful for the video call websites, for example Zoom or Skype or Google Meet. So when people are focusing on the call, and they don't necessarily have to click or move the mouse, and by selecting always active, they will not enter the idle or inactive time. Okay, let's move forward from real-time tracking to screenshots. So here you can check all the screenshots of your employees. So here you can see any screenshots that you might need, and the nice thing is that Workpuls captures both screens. So if your employee is using 2 monitors, it will capture both of the screens. Another new feature that we have introduced is now you have the possibility of having up to 30 screenshots every hour, and the screenshots are completely randomized, and they will, basically Workpuls will take screenshots at random times and random intervals. You can filter screenshots by employees, teams, projects and tasks, and this is just a nice way to see what your employees are working on. Okay, so this is the employees part of Workpuls, and here you can see all of your employees with all the data. So you can see the employee name, the team, office time, computer activity, productive and unproductive and neutral time, idle time, break time, and productivity percentage. So here you can add your new employees, and now in the new Workpuls there are 2 general types of users. So we have company computers and personal computers. The invitation installation process is different for both, and available features and options are different. So for company computers, you just click here and download the app on company computers, and that way you will install it, or you can do that by using Active Directory. And for personal computers, you will use this to send the invitation. So you would enter the employee email, full name, and select the team, and they will receive an email with the invitation to install the Workpuls app. Okay, so yeah, let's select a specific employee. For example, okay, let's select Lubomir, and here you can see the office time and productive time, unproductive time, and productivity. Here you can see the graphs between productive and unproductive and neutral time, which is green is productive, red is unproductive, and gray is neutral. You can see all the screenshots if they're available. Here they're not available. You can see the top apps and websites and view the total usage. And here you can see the pie chart of all the top apps and websites. You can then switch to timesheets and see the time and attendance. So you can see the clock in and clock out time. The office time is the time between clock in and clock out. Computer activity time is when they were active on the computer. Productive time is the time they've spent in productive apps. Unproductive time is the time they've spent in unproductive apps. Neutral time is the time they've spent in neutral apps. Idle time is when they were not working. So when you set together idle time and computer time, you will get the office time. Break time is available if you allow your employees to have breaks, and you can see the productivity percentage. Okay, now let's switch to the projects. So from here you can create new projects, give them a name, select the team members for that project, and set up a bill rate. When you select a specific project, you will see a new feature, and that is a Kanban board. So this makes tracking of the task much easier for all the admins and employees. So the admins and managers can easily track the status of each task and easily assign employees to them. You can see it's really easy and intuitive. You can, by dragging and dropping, just edit all the tasks from here. Here you can create new tasks, give it a name, select a due date, status, priority, add a description, and add employees to that specific tasks. Here you can see total time on projects, income, cost, and productivity of the project. Let's move forward. Okay, let's move forward. So groups became teams. So now we call them teams. And here you can see all the teams, and we have introduced a lot of new options and features. So first, here you can create new teams, and let's click on a specific team and see all the options that we have. So for example, for the development team, we can see the office time, productive time, unproductive, and productivity. We can see all the employees in the specific team. We can see productive and unproductive and neutral time in a graph form. The same way we can see for a specific employee, we can see screenshots, we can see top apps and websites, and we can see the pie chart. So here you can change the label of specific apps and websites and the whole categories. So if at any point you want to switch a productivity label for a specific app, website, or a category, you can do it from here. And yeah, this gives you much more freedom. And another new thing is privacy, a thing that we have introduced. So you can, for any apps and websites, select to not track time or not take screenshots. So it allows you to exclude certain apps or websites from being captured basically And with this feature, you can choose which app and websites you wish to exclude from Workpuls tracking and logging completely, or just, you can just turn off screenshots. You can use this, for example, if your employees want to check their bank accounts or any privacy sensitive websites. You can just select no screenshots, don't track time, and Workpuls will not log. For everything else, you can use teams just to check the team productivity as a whole, as well as each employee. If you select a specific employee, and you can see the contribution of that specific employee to the team. Okay, let's move forward to the time and attendance. Again, here you can see the time and attendance of all of your employees with all the info that we spoke about earlier. So clock in and clock out time, office time, computer activity, productive, unproductive, and neutral time, idle time, break time, and productivity. You can change, include and exclude columns, and you can export this data. Another new feature in new Workpuls is that now we have overnight shifts. So now if the shift starts during one day and it goes through the midnight to another day, we still log it as one shift, so it will not break into two shifts, and that is a really nice feature. Okay, let's move to the apps and websites. So here in apps and websites, you can see all apps and websites that your employees have been using, and you can see the total usage. So all of our employees have been using Intercom for 21 hours, and you can select multiple apps and websites to create the pie chart where you can see the usage of the app and website. You can then see usage per employee. You can see all the employees that have been using a specific app or website. You can see how much time they have spent in a specific app or website, and you can see usage per team. So you can see that customer success team has been using Intercom for 20 hours, while default team has been using it for 33 minutes. Okay, the next part is email reports. So like you are aware of, in the old Workpuls you had the dashboard where you can see specific data, but all of that data you can now see by getting email reports, which we think is a better solution. So you can here create new reports, and they can be daily, weekly, or monthly. You will enter a recipient here, which will be, for example, your email, and you can select the content that you will get. So that can be productivity, attendance, time on projects, apps and website usage, and time on tasks. And you can filter if you want the whole organization or specific employees or specific teams. You can here also send a test email to see if everything is working okay, and you can create as many email report templates as you need, and you will get your reports on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis with the content that you need. You will get your emails every midnight. Okay, let's continue now to the settings part. Let's start with user management. So here you can set up your admins and managers. So now in the new Workpuls you can have multiple admins, which is a new feature, and here you can add admins, and here you can add managers. Also managers now have more options. So here you will invite managers, and you can give it a scope so they can have access to specific employees, to specific teams, or specific projects. And here are all the features that your managers will have access to and permission. Like manager can access real-time data, manager can view screenshots, manager can view and edit projects and tasks, review time and attendance, view apps and website usage, label apps and websites, and so on. And here you can also give them organization permissions, like they can manage organization, manage billing, add teams, or invite employees. So overall, you can just set up the viewing scope of each manager to be team or employee, or you can assign different permissions to different managers. This just gives you a lot of room to play with. And to finish with, let's go to the shared settings. So you can now create as many shared settings templates as you want, and you can create company and personal computer settings. Let's check this one. So here are all the options that you will get. So for office computers, you can put the tracking scenario to be the visibility to be visible or stealth. You can set up your screenshot frequency and allow or not allow your employees to see the screenshots. You can select the break time, which can be from no break time to 15 minutes to 90 minutes. And you can also allow, which is another new feature, your employees to go over allowed break time and allow new breaks after break time has been exceeded. So these are two new features that are very interesting. You can set up the idle time, which is for what are the periods of time when your employees are not clicking or moving the mouse, and when the idle time will be activated, which can be from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. And we have still 5 tracking scenarios which are unlimited, and it will track everything on your company computers fixed, and it will track at specific times. Network based, which will track your employees when they connect to a specific network, and manual clock in, which is for personal computers, where it can be also for company computers, where your employees will be clocking in and clocking out, and it can be also project based. Here you can give permissions to your employees. Employees can analyze their own productivity, and employees can see used apps and websites. You can also override these general settings by going to a specific employee, for example. Let's select Boyana. And if you go to the settings, you can override all the general settings that you have done. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. I will mention a couple of more improvements that we have done and new features. So you can now use our API. You can use our API library to pull data from Workpuls or create integrations with any other platform. We also have now two-factor authentication, which by using multi-factor authentication, yeah, that's an additional step in signing in on the dashboard that offers an additional level of increasing security and privacy. So please check our API and 2FA. There are also some missing features that are in development. Those features are dashboard page integrated into the web platform, as it was on the old Workpuls, so we are working on that. We are also working on payroll calculator, that is coming soon. Merge users is also coming soon, and offline manual time entry is also coming really soon. It's in development. Overall, I will just repeat that we have done really a design overhaul. You can see that everything looks nicer and cleaner, and it's better user experience. I would also like to mention that it's more stable. It offers better performance than the old Workpuls. And yeah, I hope that you will switch smoothly to it, and that this demo helped you in doing that and checking all the new features. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and happy using of the new Workpuls. Bye.